The Akram Life Fellowship Award is the highest and most prestigious award the Australian College of Rural and Remote Medicine gives. It is reserved for fellows who have rendered outstanding and meritorious service to the college, to those who have made a contribution of national significance to rural and remote medicine. I am proud to announce that the winner of the Akram Honorary Fellowship Award for 2017 is Dr. Mark Craig. Mark played a key role in the recognition and establishment of rural medicine in Australia. He provided major and integral input into position papers regarding the discipline and early curriculum development of rural medicine. Mark was centrally involved in the earliest negotiations with specialist colleges, and in June 1989, he was the principal author of the book Training for Rural Practice, still in the too hard basket. That was the title. We don't think it's still in the too hard basket now. In October 1990, Mark and Bruce Chater floated the idea of separating medical politics from education, and the groundwork was commenced for a national medico-political body, RDAA, and a national education body to be inaugurated at the first National Rural Health Conference at Toowoomba. In October 1991, Mark presented the history of rural GP anaesthetics in Queensland and the basics of the anaesthetic position paper to a highly receptive audience at Cairns, and the ASA voted unanimously to support the RDA in establishing a certified anaesthetics training program for rural doctors. An RDAA Presidential Task Force formed the steering committee for the formation of Akram, and Mark was given the honour of convening its first meeting. Akram's first presidential inauguration meeting took place at the Gold Coast in March 1997. Mark remained on the steering committee, became Akram's founding censor, and helped the successful negotiations with the Department of Health to allow Akram the rightful ownership and continued input to the projects which so many RDAA members had begun. While censor, Mark successfully recommended to the Akram board that certified currency in advanced life support should be mandatory for all fellows working in rural communities, a standard not matched yet by any other specialist college in Australia. Mark retired from active participation in Akram as censor in 2001, but has remained a financial fellow since. With great heart, great intellect and great courage, and with his outstanding foundation contribution to the discipline of rural and remote medicine, Mark Craig epitomises the quintessential rural generalist doctor. In recognition of his dedicated service to Australian rural medical workforce education for 12 years, often while he was in poor health, I am so proud to present him with this Life Fellowship Award.
Thank you, Ruth, very much. Those of you who know me well know that I won't get off the stage without having a few words, so here they come. One of the famous quotes from our early days was when we met the then Minister of Health, Graham Richardson, and he was heard to say after meeting with rural doctors, he says, "I like rural doctors, they say what they mean and they mean what they say." So, thank you very much, Ruth, and Akram for this wonderful recognition. The Award of Life Fellowship of the Australian College of Rural and Remote Medicine, an organisation I first envisaged in 1989, and together with a few others developed over the ensuing 8 years leading to the establishment in 1997, is, for me, on this celebration of its 20th year, the highest honour imaginable. Thank you. While I am immensely proud of Akram, the template for other similar organisations evolving around the world, I am more proud of the foundation staff we appointed 20 years ago. Marita, Maggie, Vicky, Anna Nichols, who's retired, and Marnie, all women, all appointed on merit, and all of whom are still working for Akram because all were true believers in the cause. I am also deeply grateful for the considerable sacrifices my family made during the 15 years I was heavily involved in establishing and developing this organisation. Vicky and Laura, who are here tonight, thank you. I found it fascinating that one of the themes of the early discussions up on stage tonight was about leadership. And just by chance, I happened to have written a few notes about leadership tonight because its leadership is which Akram excels in. Those involved from the beginning displayed immense leadership qualities, so often lacking in those who would claim to be leaders of our society today. For true leadership is not about being in charge. It is actually about taking care of those in our charge. True leaders do not look sideways at their competition. They look forward to doing an even better job of caring for others in their family, their workplace, their communities, and society at large. For they are not in competition with others. They only compete with themselves and, in so doing, inspire others who share their values and beliefs, in turn to better themselves, their communities, and society at large. I was moved to tears through the first half of tonight's proceedings, seeing so many young people coming up for awards, and at least 1/3 of the organisation, of the audience here tonight, are people under the age of 30, and that makes me immensely proud of this organisation. True leaders do not pretend to be invincible. I can't read, my eyes are full of tears, sorry. Rather, they willingly display their vulnerability and admit their uncertainties and fears. They display empathy and perspective in helping others, which creates a trusting environment and nurtures the future leaders, the young people here tonight, of the organisations they will lead. In acknowledging the pioneering group of leaders who established both the political and educational arms of the rural doctor movement for their unfailing loyalty, mutual support, and friendship in the battles we fought with the powers that used to be, I am reminded of this quote from Mahatma Gandhi. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. Thank you all.